Hi, welcome to Geometry. This is Mrs. Anderson, and we are today going to work on the undefined terms of geometry. So what I've done is I've actually already pre-written out all the stuff. So if you want, you could kind of pause at each place, draw the entire picture out, and then listen to me as I go over it. So I'll give you a chance to pause it. All right. So now that we are ready to roll, I will try to go slow enough if you did not pause it. This is a really important graphic we have here because these are going to be going over the three undefined terms of geometry. Okay, and if you notice in a different color, I made the number 3 really large because there's 3 main things. So let's start with a point. So the first undefined term is a point, and it's kind of deceptive. A point has no size, and that's really what resonates between all of the different aspects of undefined terms, is there's nothing that defines each thing. So there's no size or length. It goes forever. So I could say the point looks like this. I could make it bigger. I could make it bigger. It has no size. When we write a point, we write it as a capital letter, and we separate our points by commas. Okay? Now let's talk about a line. A line is defined as a straight path, it has no thickness, and it goes on forever. 2 points make a line, but a line contains an infinite amount of points. So if you notice here, I put point A, B, and C on my line. I have arrows at each end to show it goes forever. But I also have a lowercase script p, which is part of its naming convention. There are 2 ways we can name lines. The first way is we are going to write a segment on top with arrows to represent a line, and we use 2 points. It doesn't matter which 2, and it doesn't matter which order. Okay? So we have line AB, line AC, line BC, and you can just keep going on forever that way. The other way we can name it is line lowercase p. And this letter could be anything. It could be a script A, C, whatever. But it is not one of these points. That's not how we name it. We use the script lowercase letter to name. Our last undefined term is a plane. This seems to be one of the hardest ones for us to truly understand what's going on with it. So a plane is a flat surface, it has no thickness, it extends forever in all directions. So think about some planes in your life. Well, the easiest plane we have is a table, is a piece of paper. But it's when it's laying down and it's flat and there's no folds. Planes are usually represented in kind of a rhombus if we draw them shape or a parallelogram. And notice that I have multiple lines or multiple points on my plane. I have A, B, C, and D. I also have a capital R. When I'm naming, I can name it 2 ways. First way, plane with the capital cursive letter. Not any of the points, the capital cursive letter. I can also call it out as plane, and I have to use 3 non-collinear points, A, B, C, B, C, D. I can do A, D, C, but I cannot do A, B, D because they actually fall in the same line, meaning that if you could imagine me picking up this plane, I could spin it around that imaginary line. Okay, and I need to locate my plane in space. That's why I need 3 non-collinear points to stop that from happening. And we'll talk about that more with some examples in class. So the big takeaway, 3 non-collinear points. All right, those are the 3 undefined terms of geometry. Best of luck at the beginning of your geometry school year.